What's good, everyone? Today we're going to look at my new hybrid setup, which is mainly focused around timbales, but also has the drum kit elements as well, so you get a good fusion of the two, which is now probably my favourite setup so far I've made. So starting off with the timbales being the centre point of the setup, these are the Meinl Louis Conte brass timbales, which are incredible. They've got hammering all around, so they look amazing. With these, I'm using I think it's called the Pilar bell, which is the Alex Acuna Gombop signature bell, with an LP salsa bell on top, which is a cha-cha one, with a LP woodblock. However, I think some LP small percussion has this, but for some reason they don't add it to all of them, where the Gombops one do, whereas this has this wing nut and drum key setting, so it doesn't ever move, which is bizarre that no other bell or woodblock has this, because no matter how much I tighten it, as you can see, it's already moving. Anyway, so now to the next element. For the drum kit element, I use a bass drum at the bottom, and I also use a little, I think it's called a boom box, so it's like a little wooden box with a microphone in it, so you can use it kind of as a bass drum as well. But what I do with this more so is have it where it has a jack on the side so you can record. What I use with this when I've got it into Ableton, I can resample it, so even though when you use it, it hasn't got the best sound really for a bass drum, so I resample it for any other sound I want, so I can use it for any bass drum sound that I've got with my samples, or I can use it for a wood block, a cowbell, whatever really. So yeah, that's a good little tool. On the left I have the hi-hats, which I'm only really using as a chick. I'm not really using them as regular hi-hats, and for these I'm using the Istanbul Mehmet 12-inch Radiant medium hi-hats, which are what I call the chick masters. A really strong and pronounced chick, which is what I want for this setup, where the whole point of them really is just for a chick. I would set them up closer where the bass drum is, so I can play them with a lot more ease. But the reason I have them further away is so I can use the Cascara still on the timbale, where if it was further this way, I'd be hitting the rod of the hi-hat. So I can get comfortably to the Cascara of the timbales. On my left I have my snare drum, which is just a 12-inch Yamaha snare drum. It's great. I mean, I use a 12-inch really because it gets to the point quicker of where I want to get to. Really poppy and bright. For the toms, I've got a 12-inch and 14-inch floor tom. What I want to do in the future is get a hanging tom so I can have it higher up. At the moment, I've only got the one with the legs, so it's a little bit too low down to play, but it's fine for now. But if you can, I'd recommend a hanging floor tom. And here, as you can see, is a Crash Ride. This one's discontinued. It's the Sabian 18-inch AA El Sabor. The closest to this I'd recommend would be a Sabian Omni, either HHX or AAX, which are great as well. But this is a fantastic timbale cymbal, really, because it's got a great pronounced bell and can still be crashable. Here I've got a little stack. It's a Paiste 6-inch 2002 accent with a Meinl custom splash at the bottom, so it's really chicky. And on my left cymbal wise, I've just got two splashes, a Sabian AAX 8-inch, 10-inch Zildjian, and an Istanbul 16-inch Zist Ion. Bongos, which are the Natal Fiberglass Pro series. I use these with the hands as well, but I mainly just want to use timbale sticks for the whole setup, so I can get all the sounds I want to get quickly with power and speed. Obviously the sound's quite limiting when you're just using sticks for bongos, but it works for this setup. And yeah, that's it really. I've also got a couple snares here, but they're just for show really. The sticks I'm currently using are the Meinl Diego Gale signature sticks, which are basically the thickest timbale sticks you can get, which are closest to regular drum set drumsticks, so that's why I've leaned towards these more than the thinner ones. I've used those as well, but they not necessarily hurt more, but they vibrate more. So these just are a little bit easier to play with. And yeah, so I'd recommend those if you're looking to swap between the drum set and the timbales. And this is what the bells and woodblocks sound like. The cha-cha. The woodblock. And yeah, that's about everything really. So yeah, that's the setup. If you're looking for a combination of the two, this works out really, really well.